here it goes.
Okay.
All right. This is my CIT 295 practicum presentation for the spring semester 2022 by Jared Goff. I started my practicum for an organization that's called US Speed Skating. And the next slide here. US Speed Skating is a nonprofit organization recognized by the United States Olympic Committee and by the International Skating Union as the governing body for the sport of speed skating in the United States. And their mission is to be one of the premier speed skating organizations in the world through excellence in leadership and development and performance. My practicum with US Speed Skating evolved around server administration and consulting. I provided system updates for Windows and Mac desktops, Microsoft support and updates, disk cleanup, computer retirement and e-waste disposal, calibrate athlete training systems to ensure connectivity to servers for athletes and coaches, Windows updates, user access rights, both NTFS and physical building access, and phone administration. One of the projects that I worked on was the creating a inventory of the computer systems. When I first started, I thought that it would be very beneficial for me to go through and obviously meet everybody, and at the same time record their computer so I know exactly what their computer was, how long it's been in production, and this was a good exercise. Was really good for me to know where everything was and where I needed to start and working through my plan for the next 13 weeks. The next one I worked on was to create an access control spreadsheet. I audited physical access for their key fobs for the athletes and the coaches and US Speed Skating staff to verify that they had the right access to the building that they are in. They don't want athletes just to show up and use their weight room at when without supervision they get hurt or break something. So I created a shared Excel document that I shared with the high performance director, who's in charge of the athletes, and then validated that access that is associated with the correct user. During the practicum, there was an unexpected transition between the finance director leaving, a new finance director coming in, and I had to help them configure remote access since the finance director that was leaving was moving out of state to North Carolina, but he still needed to help the new person transition into the company. And so we basically had to create a mirror of their desktops and their files and give them both remote access. So that's a still work in progress, but it is getting close to finalization. And my presentation to point right now. what I've learned is that I really enjoy helping people through this process. And I've really enjoyed helping the people that I've been working with. I really enjoy the computers and making the updates to them and making sure that everything has the security that's needed to operate in today's world and keep the users safe and their files safe. I also have been working on their backup system to verify, well, to make sure their files are backed up and replicated to an offsite storage. And that makes me have peace of mind at the end of the day, knowing that the systems are all backed up. And I'm grateful that I had this opportunity, and thank you very much.
Well, it sounds like your project has been very successful.
I think so.
Well, that's good. So, when you're ready, I will go ahead and share my screen.
Okay, let me get my stop sharing. I don't know what hopefully you didn't see all my stuff, but
Perfect. I just see you now.
okay. I don't know
Perfect.
what I was.
Okay. I will go ahead and make sure I have the correct thing pulled up and share my screen. Perfect. Can you see my screen now?
Yep.
Awesome. So for my project, I chose to create a website for Johnson Photography. So the photographer of this business, Jerry, is my aunt. And she had a website years ago that was very, like, she never used it, never updated. So it's kind of pointless. But she wants to get more people and she wants people to know what she can do. So I offered to create this website for her. And I used VS Code or Visual Studio in order to create my website. And a lot of the code I either just used from my personal experience, or there's other websites I've created that I used to grab some code from and then formatted it to be for this website. But this is the homepage for it. She said she wanted it very simple, so that was the theme I went for, was very simple, which I appreciated. And yeah, she chose the color scheme, and then hopefully I'll be going over over the website with her later this week to finalize it and then get it published. But for the home screen, if you go hover over any of these words or photos, they grow slightly. I want to make it so that it made it obvious that you can click on any of these. Because when you do, it loads a portfolio of those pictures. I would like these to load a little faster. And so something I'd like to do is make it so when you scroll down the page, that's when it loads the photo. It doesn't have to do it all at once. So that's one of the last things I plan on doing for this. But it just gives you a portfolio of some of the pictures she's taken, like in the family category, and then there's wedding, engagements, babies, graduation. And then the header and the footer are the same for all the pages. Down here just has her contact information, and then if you click on any of these links, it'll take you to whatever she has related to it. Like this is her Facebook page where she puts any pictures she's taken. Go ahead and go back to the website. It'll let me. So I've been using GitHub in order to push all of my code. to keep it safe here. And then I did find a way to, I'll probably be using Netflix. I found some information on through Netflix that'll allow me to publish the website and help choose the domain name, which is one of the big things that I wanted. It looks like it doesn't want to open again through there. Okay. And then for the pricing page, it just gives a basic list of prices that she does. This page wasn't too hard. I've just been using like grids in order to fit everything. I also want to make it so it's easy for her in the future to add more photos to her portfolios. So I just did a simple grid on those portfolio pages, and if she adds anything, it'll automatically just fall into the next place. Adding the photos wasn't the easiest thing because we were using Google Drive to share the photos with me. And I just grabbed the ID from each of the photos to the share link and added it to the code. So if she did want to add more photos, I'd either have to teach her how to do that, which it wasn't hard, it was just time consuming, or I'd help her with it. But for the contact page, this one was a challenge for me because I don't have any experience using PHP. And that's what a lot of resources that I was reading about suggested using. But I found this online site that will help. It's called FormSpree. The free version allows you to have 50 submissions at once through it, but it'll, once you submit something through here, it'll go through that website and then send it on to the end email, which I have as her email address. And it'll show all this information. So that was one of the harder aspects for me, was finding this and then getting it formatted to what I wanted, because the example that they give you has a lot of information I didn't need. So getting this set up was quite fun. And then my last page of my site is to meet the photographer. So just creating a small autobiography about her, and so that people can know who she is and what she stands for. And yeah, so this has been my project. I'm excited for her to have an actual website that she can use and with things that'll actually work, like the contact page, because she is a pretty amazing photographer. So yeah, coding wasn't terribly hard. It was just, I mean, most of it was pretty simple, since a lot of it was just creating photographs and creating simple information. Like I said, the hardest one for me was the contact page. So the action is it goes to the FormSpree website, and then this is the specific code for my site. But yeah, and then if I were to continue to work on this in the future, what I'd want to do, because right now this website is only created for desktop computers. If you go onto a tablet or a phone, it'd probably change the formatting of it to not be as user-friendly. So I would need to change it so that if you downsize to a tablet or a phone, it would still look nice everywhere. So probably change this to be a hamburger icon to change the formatting. But yeah, that's been my project.
All right, yeah, that was great. I think you met everything that was a requirement. I mean, you got 4 pages. You did some challenging. You had some challenging aspects, and that's what we all need, is to challenge ourselves. So I hope that she appreciates it, and I hope that you can get it public. I know you can get it public through your GitHub, obviously, but you know, if you want to have it more professional with a domain, I know I deal with the domains a lot, and you know, the long letter domains are cheap, so like $9 or something a year. Very sure. And then I don't know about the hosting, but I think you had a plan for that, so point it there. Good to go.
Yep. So I'm excited to show it to her. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Um,
And then we should be good to stop recording and then be good.